My name is David Mattson. I'm a professor of neurology at the Indiana University School of Medicine, also director of the Indiana University Multiple Sclerosis Center. Jeff was a person who had MS, but he was very inspirational to me in many ways because he did not let the MS have him. He had MS, but didn't let MS get in the way of him doing whatever he wanted to do.
Jeff was a larger-in-life man. He was go big or go home was his mantra, and he definitely was not going to let MS stop him. And he was so excited when he was asked to be on the National MS Board. So he got to do that for just a brief time, unfortunately, but he really enjoyed his time on the Indianapolis board with Dr. Mattson.
He, was very successful professionally, but I think translated that into the drive into being able to then raise money. He was in this race across America several times. Literally part of a team that rode bikes across America.
You go from Oceanside, California to Annapolis, Maryland. And he said, I'm going to form a team of 8 guys to raise money and awareness for MS. And they did it in 6 days. 14 hours and 32 minutes or something was the fastest time. And I was like, okay, trying to put on the supportive wife hat and say, okay, one and done, let's do this. Well, he ended up doing it 3 summers in a row before he passed away.
So that was really, again, the typical kind of inspirational story that I needed to keep going.
The most respect Jeff had for Dr. Mattson, and was thrilled when he got to see him as a patient, and work with him on the board. Jeff was always so impressed about how genuine and true he was in his dedication towards MS research, and the way that he was very thorough in explaining and doing things, and same passion as Jeff, wanting to find a cure for this, obviously.
I think it was always important in the MS Society realized to not just have people in the community, businessmen, and me as a neurologist, I could provide some of the scientific and medical connection, but also to have people with MS on the board doing what needed to be done. And so both to visibility, but also to give us all inspiration and embodiment of what living with MS involved.
MS, you never know what you're going to get each day. You could wake up with a new symptom and not know it's coming.
If there's involvement of visual pathways, you might get visual loss or double vision. If you have involvement of some motor pathways, you can get weakness of an arm or a leg, incoordination, bladder, bowel, all those different kind of involvements. And different people have different combinations and different levels of severity. Where in the brain the nerves are inflamed and the insulation around the nerves is what becomes damaged. Determines what the symptoms might be.
We so appreciate Dr. Mattson and his research that he's doing to move this forward, and we're getting so close. I know it's going to happen.
I think we understand a lot more about the basic mechanism of MS. It's an immunologic disease. We don't understand what gets the ball rolling on this overactive immune response or why it attacks where it does. But we understand a lot more about the fact that it's immune-mediated and all the different players in terms of the different types of white blood cells that cause the damage, the antibodies that cause the damage. And so these are all then potential targets for trying to treat. The nice thing during my 25 years here has been the idea of building up the clinical program and then being involved in a lot of the clinical trials that have led to now on the order of 15 drugs being approved for MS.
When we first started, I think there was maybe one therapy. I had to learn how to give him a shot. I was the girl that, kind of turned their head when I got a shot. I was like, okay, I can do this. If he has to do it, I'm going to do it with him. So, but then he got to a point where he would get infusions. So he wouldn't have to have the shot a day and wouldn't have to have the terrible side effects that he got from those. And now there's pills that you can take, I guess. He never had the luxury of being able to try those, but how great that you don't have to get a shot a day and you could take a pill.
And we still are not completely there. There's not an absolute cure, but ultimately they decrease the damage that occurs. And some drugs are more effective in some people than others, and no drug is perfect in anybody. And so the need for research still goes on, both regards to trying to figure out the inflammation and trying to figure out what causes the damage. ultimately, we need resources, we need money to take the next step. And the National MS Society, which is the benefactor of this event, has been an organization that's been around for a lot longer than I've been involved in MS, and again have built on and been involved in all the progress that's been made. It's impressive the different areas of science that they impacted on or are working on to try and again leave no stone unturned, because we just don't really know, push comes to shove, what is going to be the area of science that solves this thing.
I have never been on the board, but totally follow research and what he's doing, and so thrilled that he is the recipient of this award because he is a true champion for MS. I'm a hugger, and I would love to give him a hug and say thank you. Thank you for all you do. For most everybody in this room has been touched with MS, and a family member or themselves, and to know we have champions in our corner fighting for us, doing the research. Amazing.
Thank you very much for this award. It humbles me, it inspires me, really important to keep me going and keep us going to try and figure this disease out. And we've made progress, but have to build on that.
Dr. Mattson, on behalf of my 3 daughters and myself, we are so honored that you're the 3rd recipient of the Jeff Zaniker Nautilus Award, and we appreciate you and your work that you do on behalf of everybody here in this room, and together we will make a difference. Thank you.